So as I've gone through Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'm on chapter 11 now, and there's 18 chapters in total. And as I've gone through, there's certain bits and pieces of the game that I find strangely great and just new and refreshing, and all those good words to describe the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I never got a chance to play the Final Fantasy VII game when it dropped on PlayStation. I remember the hype around it. I was more of a Metal Gear guy, so I never played Final Fantasy VII. However, I did play 8, I did play 9. I played pretty much everything after that outside of Final Fantasy Online. I didn't play that. Not to say it's good or bad. I don't really care for those types of games because I typically get addicted, which is why I stopped playing World of Warcraft a while back, because I just would constantly play it, wouldn't do anything else besides that. But one of the scenes that I found very interesting in Final Fantasy VII Remake is when you're at the massage parlor, and essentially there's this whole joke about a hand massage or a hand job. And so I'm going to go ahead and play the scene for you here. And then I guess I'll come back and talk about it, and then just kind of go into further depth of what I like about Final Fantasy VII Remake, possibly what I don't like. So here is the full scene in its context from Final Fantasy VII Remake, the massage parlor scene.
The hand cream. A generous coating for each and every one of your richly deserving fingers. Let's start with the tips. That's it. Relax. I'm only here to help. Oh, did that hurt?
No.
Then I'll move on to the base of the fingers. Let's see if we can't improve your circulation and get that blood flowing. No, don't fight it. Stress is poison to the body. And finally, some gentle stimulation for the palm. No more than a touch. Just like this. Oh, what was that? A cry of pleasure? Is this how you like it? How about this? Or maybe this? If that was to your liking, do come again.
Right.
So I think it's a strong indication that he probably, it's supposed to be a joke, again. It's supposed to be essentially a hand job. And it's hilarious. I wouldn't expect it from a Final Fantasy type of game, I guess. But the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake, I don't know if this is a new scene or if this was in the original. I know one of the newer scenes, which I'll make a separate video on, is the dance scene where essentially Cloud is dressed up like a woman. And from what the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake stated is he's wanted to be inclusive to LGBTQ+, and I don't have an issue with that. I found the dance scene and even this scene here, the massage parlor scene, to be fun and hilarious at the same time. I really liked playing Final Fantasy VII Remake. I wish, if I could go back, I really wish I would have played Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation back when it first released, only because I really wanted to understand what the differences are in terms of the game. Obviously, the gameplay is completely different. Final Fantasy VII Remake kind of sets up for the gameplay that we kind of get now with Final Fantasy XVI, which I haven't played. I played the demo. I want to play Final Fantasy XVI so bad. I have a PS5. I just don't have the money right now to get Final Fantasy XVI. However, as soon as I do, I'm going to be buying that game because I can't wait to play Final Fantasy XVI. Everybody is saying incredible things about the game, and it might be one of my favorite Final Fantasy games of all time. I don't know. My favorite, personally, is Final Fantasy IX to this day. I think that game is one of the best stories I've ever played in video games. It's one of my personal top 5 games of all time, and I absolutely love it. And this is no different. Final Fantasy VII Remake really is a good game, and the gameplay is something that I really enjoy. I like the combat system in here. I'm okay with the traditional RPG, but I like games to evolve. I like the fact that Final Fantasy XVI is the way it is in terms of the combat now. You can always go back to a traditional RPG, but games need to evolve, and this is a good evolution for the series in general because it keeps it fresh, it keeps it new, with the backing of not only incredible soundtrack and incredible voice acting and just story overall. That's what makes Final Fantasy so fantastic. Every single Final Fantasy game past 9 has done something new or different with its combat system, and it's always been something that, yeah, it's a little bit different at first and it takes a little bit getting used to, but it's always been something that I absolutely love diving into and seeing how I can upgrade my characters and how I can progress them. And this feels like the system that's in place here, it feels like a lot of what you see with, especially after 10 really set up a lot of what we see in RPGs now in terms of how you upgraded your character and use the point system essentially to unlock abilities and all that. So I love this scene. I wanted to share it with all of you, and I wanted to get your comments on it because if this is a brand new scene, if this was never done in Final Fantasy VII, let me know in the comments down below. Also, in the comments down below, let me know what you thought about Final Fantasy VII Remake. Maybe you didn't like it, or maybe you absolutely loved it like I have so far. And I'm going to go through it and continue to kind of cut out scenes that I personally like or really enjoy and kind of want to share with everybody. It's something that I want to do with games kind of going forward, is just cutting out different scenes and different parts and then just highlighting them and kind of going off of that to kind of give them possibly like a final review or final score. But yeah, also down below in the description, you'll find me and my brother Rocky's all our socials, including links to our other channels, which are in the similar vein to Gaming Sessions. And thank you so much for watching and or listening to this massage parlor scene with Cloud. It's absolutely hilarious, and we will see you all in the next gaming session.
Space out of my head to the depths of the universe. It's a spell or a chance just to open up a newer